they seem to be doing it by the seat of their pants. Everything. Like, incompetence to me is the hallmark of the Trump presidency. I remember Kyle even saying, like, look, I'm really excited about the Trump presidency. I am worried that perhaps he's not good at running a large organization, but let's see where this goes, because, you know, I'm excited about where his heart is or whatever. And but now that, like, incompetence thing, whether it be Trump or Hegseth or, you know, all the way down the line, he's not hiring the best people, and he himself is just kind of a knee-jerk reactionary, making it up as he goes along.
It's funny that, like, we have different, like, you see incompetence from the other direction that I do, where like I see his like mealy-mouthed deportation efforts as incompetence, where like he made a promise of, we're going to deport millions of illegals because we have tens of millions of them here, and getting rid of them would make housing better. It would make commodity. It would help a lot. And he does this like huge song and dance of, we're going to put the numbers up every day so you can see it. And then they start posting the numbers, and it's like 548 people were deported today. And it's like, oh, okay, let's prorate this across 4 years. Oh, so he doesn't even get rid of half the illegals the Biden administration let in. This is incompetence, almost deliberately so. Like, get your shit together and start deporting illegals. Like, start doing it for real in big numbers. Stop the nonsense.
I think they're trying as hard as they can, because I don't know why they would do anything else. And I see so many videos of people getting harassed that hiding from ICE and stuff. And I don't know. I think they're trying as hard as they can.
Then they're failing. Then they're
that's not a counter argument for competence.
Yeah,
no,
get it done. We know.
I mean, the job may just like we have this. You have this bar of like, how many do you want per day? What would be like? Oh, we're cooking now.
What would,
for the record, 500 a day a about.
Well, see, don't do that. You can't reverse engineer it. You can't say, well, the number that I think it should be is whatever number it would take to do 10 million divided by 4 years.
Why couldn't I do it that way?
Because that's not how you would expect anything. You want the job.
Let's say there's 20 million.
If it's
illegals.
a construction site, look. If it's construction,
what is 20
you don't
million
say I need the house built by next
days.
week. You say you want the house built well.
It should be 5 figures daily if they're giving a fuck.
5 figures daily, 10,000 people a day.
Call it 15, because I don't know how the math works out.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work either. I just imagine
15,000 a day.
I mean, how many ICE agents there are there? You know,
that'd be about 22 million.
Okay, well then, if we say there's 20 million illegals in the country, or whatever the number they say. Well, I'm just trying to do like the reverse math, which you said was against the fucking rules. You know, a little hypothetical, which is not a fair way to frame it. How many should be deported a day? But you can't do math or reason to it.
No.
You want over 10,000 a day. That would be your goal.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, what if 50 million had come in instead of?
Then it would be whatever amount you would just multiply the number to get rid of those.
Well, see, that's not fair, because we have a finite amount of agents and time. So you can't just say whatever it takes is what I expect.
Well, I mean, I think it is fair to say whatever it takes is how much I expect.
Do you think the Trump administration is being light-handed right now about deporting illegals? Do you think that they're like, oh, leave them alone? No, I think they don't have a list of illegals they're ignoring.
I think they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, where they do this song and dance about how like hard they're working with it, and then they post, 601 people were deported today. And it's like, okay,
I think they're working hard. They're doing the best they can, and that it's a harder job than it would seem. I don't know how you find them. I don't know what lists they have to work with, but it seems like they're going door to door looking for people that and doing the best they can. And I'm just thinking, like, it's in their best interest to get as many as they can. They want to get them. It's their whole thing. They love it. That Tom Homan guy, he's frothing at the mouth to send another one back home. So I can't imagine him being
What's his name?
Oh no,
Tom Homan. That's the guy with fucking Tower of London executioner physiognomy.
Yeah, I think they're doing the best they can, and I think that they're serious about it. I think the problem may just be more nuanced than it seems. And look, maybe next year the numbers go up, maybe they don't. I think they're getting rid of a lot of people that need to go, though. My fear again is that some of the people we're getting rid of are being sent to an El Salvadorian hell. Like, look, I think those Tren de Aragua members who clearly have those crazy rap sheets, that's what that prison's built for. What that prison's built for. The ones with devil tattoos immediately get in there. But I don't want anybody accidentally falling through the cracks on that thing. Certainly not one of us. And by us, I mean anybody who's a fucking American citizen. I don't care if you're a piece of shit.
Dude, if an American citizen got sent out, even a Dodgers fan, Kyle, there would immediately be a million stories about how this person, here's the evidence, they're an American citizen. Like it would be immediate.
I hope so. Because I bet what'll happen is they'd be like, oh, but he's one of the bad ones. Don't you know that he did this, that, and the other? And I don't know.
That's why I told the Russian press story. Like, it would be like Kyle said, oh yeah, but look at this guy's rap sheet. I forget what we were talking about earlier in the show when Kyle's like, this is your guy that you want to stand up for. He's the flagship of your cause. Bad wording, but whatever. Mm-hmm. And that guy is who is the guy, I think, for Ferguson, Michael Brown, who had just strong arm robbed some. Yeah. I was like, guys, like, I understand your desire to rally and make things better for yourself. Perhaps you feel like police are treating you unfairly as an instinct every day. Like, I hear you, but don't rally around this guy. This guy's awful. There's like security camera footage of him brutalizing some guy 15 minutes before this incident, right? Like
it's like he just tried to take a cop's gun, which I think is freedom of speech.
Right. So like, and he did.
You should be able to try the holster.
I wish there were body cams for that part. Maybe it would have prevented all the violence and property destruction and who knows what. I don't know.
It wouldn't have.
But I love body cams. I love body cams. They tell the truth, regardless of what the truth is. They tell the truth. And but anyway, yeah, they need to rally around the right guy. And if that citizen is a bad guy that they send to an El Salvador prison, I think 3/4 of America is going to be like, all right, I didn't think I like citizens, but I'm really happy this guy's gone.
If you're a serial killer and you're a citizen, you should be in an American prison.
Yeah.
You should not.
I thought you were going to do exactly what I said people would do, but you didn't.
No,
you should be in an American prison if you're an American criminal. If you're a foreign criminal, then if you break into our country and you're from Venezuela, you belong in a Venezuelan prison. Send them back on a plane, and then the Venezuelan fucking authorities lock you up for breaking a law.
They do kind of go on a case-by-case basis with that, and I feel like they do it the right way, because sometimes people commit a crime here, and we want to make sure they pay for it. And if you send them home, they might not. So in those instances, we need to handle them here. But there are certainly some situations where, and this is what they're doing. There are people here who came over illegally. That's the American law they broke. But wouldn't you know it, they got a Mexican rap sheet a mile long that includes, murder or kidnapping, hijacking, shit like that. They also get sent back to their home country to do real prison sentences. Yeah. Why would we keep that guy? So I like there being some nuance there. And then on the other end, if it's some like fucking Venezuelan drug monster that Venezuela won't even take, and we know if we send him back, he'll be here next week. He has the resources to do so. He's plugged into a whole criminal organization, and he gets sent to El Salvador.
I would think that we would have the power to lean on Venezuela to be like, hey, this plane load we're sending back are violent criminals, and they're all Venezuelan citizens, so take care of your shit.
We don't.
How do we not have the ability to lean on them?
Well, it started when Hugo Chavez went before the UN in 2002, and he said, I smell the sulfur. Satan was just here. George Bush had just spoken. And then he went on this whole anti-Bush thing, and then he joined up with, is it OPEC?
Did he say that?
Yes. Is it OPEC the oil cartel?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's typically the Middle East one. I didn't know that he was part of it.
I think he's working with them, going to do some. So I think they were working on fixing the price of oil, and he was talking about changing the currency that's used for the oil exchanges to a different currency. And wouldn't you know it? Next thing
America
you know, he got kill you real fast cancer, and he died. And then we destroyed their economy. And they had hyperinflation, so now they have $1 trillion bills there. Their entire economy.
We hated that they tried to nationalize their oil supply.
They did nationalize it.
They did, and we said nah.
Yeah, that's why we have no pressure to exert on Venezuela, because we already exerted it all, and they hate us.
Venezuela joined OPEC in 1960. I had no idea.
Venezuela has larger oil reserves than any other country on earth.
They keep saying that. I think we got the most.
Wikipedia says that too. I didn't know.
Yeah, I
Their
think
oil
number two
production
is like
crap.
I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that about where oil is.
All right, Taylor,
Because
what's number
everywhere
2?
they look, there's tons of it.
I'm going to say number 2 is
Antarctica.
no, that's not a nation. Saudi
Number 1.
Arabia.
You didn't ask for nations, yes.
Yes. Oh, Kyle, we're doing OPEC nations, by the way.
Oh,
what's
then
number
that's
3?
A completely different thing.
Number 3, I'm going to say Qatar.
Ooh,
Saudi Arabia.
Wait, hold on. No, I said Saudi Arabia for 2. Number 3, it wouldn't be
Qatar,
Iraq. It wouldn't be
strangely
Iran.
not OPEC.
It wouldn't
Kuwait?
be Kuwait.
Is Kuwait in there?
Kuwait is in there. They're not.
They
I'll
wouldn't
just
be
tell you.
number 3,
Iran
though.
is the next one. Then
It's Iran.
Iraq, then Kuwait.
Of course.
Oh wait, I made a mistake. Then Iraq, then United Arab Emirates, then Kuwait.
Cool. Yeah, that's why we don't have any pressure to exert on Venezuela, because they hate us because we've ruined their country. We've contributed to it greatly. And I'm sure we did some of that crazy CIA shit too.
Yeah, but Kyle,
Hugo Chavez.
give us a break. That's one South American country that we've fucked with.
Yeah, Kyle, think about it.
Just
we did
one.
to Honduras a few years back. I think it was 2000.
Yeah, probably sent him balloons.
This might surprise you. I don't know.
Nothing like toppling a democratically elected government.
No, we don't do that constantly all the time for decades. That's ridiculous. And the fact you'd say it makes me think you might need a little trip to an El Salvadorian prison.
You know what? We've never toppled an elected government and installed a puppet dictatorship.
Have you guys seen that TikTok trend or the viral where he's like, nobody should. Nobody should. I mean, you shouldn't. I'm saying you shouldn't do this. No one should.
No.
But no?
Oh, is
I know,
it like
I know what you're inferring,
like
though.
passively insinuating like
an
political violence or something? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And he basically says no one should again and again and again. And every once in a while, there's punctuated with this. But no. I'm saying it clearly. I mean, no. Like that kind of thing. And okay, it's interesting then to me because everyone knows what he's thinking. And basically he says nobody should again and again and again. So
hilarious bit that Trevor Moore did, God rest his soul, 16 years ago. I linked it there. It's called It's Illegal to Say ... And he spends 2 minutes saying it's completely illegal to say I want to kill, and he keeps saying the thing that I won't even say now.
Right? It's like the salute.
And if you think that's bad, never say that you want to get 14 tons of ammonium nitrate. He like goes into this whole fucking thing. It's awful edgy. I'm sure he got contacted by the Secret Service.
That's why they killed him. R.I.P.
That is.
It took him a while.
It took them a while. They were slow on the draw. A lot of bureaucratic paperwork.
They were busy deporting illegals.